Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. And this is in the shade Pale Light, and I probably could have had a better match color-wise, but this was the closest one that I could get. This can be worn on its own, like as a tinted moisturizer type situation, but I like to layer it, and I am going to do a demonstration and show you exactly how I do that and what products I wear with it. But this is a huge line from NYX. There are a ton of products in the line. They have 3 other primers besides this, if you want to count this as a primer. It's more marketed as a tinted moisturizer. It says on the box that it comes in that it can be used alone or it can be used as a base for other makeup. But yeah, they have, I believe, 3 other primers in the line. There's a jelly primer, a perfecting primer, and a, yeah, oh, well, daily moisturizing primer. That's what the other one was. There's a cheek tint. It's called Jelly Cheek Color. There's a lip conditioner. There is a brow setter. Brow setter? So there's all kinds of products in this line. This is the only one that I have purchased so far. I wanted to try the Born to Glow foundation with something other than the pore filling primer that I purchased the other day, because sometimes foundations can respond differently depending on what you use with a primer. So I picked this up and I really like this combination. Yeah, really like it, and like I said, I will do a demonstration. But this is $13. It comes in 12 shades. It's breathable, it's moisturizing, it has cannabis sativa oil, aloe, and cucumber extract in it, so lots of nice rich ingredients. And they recommend that you apply it with a dual fiber brush and then blend it in with a sponge. I just like to use my fingers because I am going to put something over it. It hydrates for 8 hours. And yeah, so let's just get right into the demo part of the video. Alright, so let's get started with the application. So I am going to shake this a little bit because anything that is liquid, cream, like that, it's a good idea to shake it up because it might separate, it might not, you just don't know. And it comes in a squeezy tube. You get 0.91 fluid ounces, so you get almost an ounce. Now I like to apply this with my fingers. If you're going to use it as a standalone product, then I would use a brush. Or a brush and a makeup sponge. You could apply it with a brush and then blend it in with a sponge. But I don't use this as a standalone product, so therefore I don't need to use those methods of application. Feels really nice on the skin because it has cannabis sativa oil, aloe, and cucumber extract. So it's very hydrating. I just want to make sure that I blend this out fairly well and I don't have any areas that are unblended since I'm not using a brush. Okay, so next I'm going to use the NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation in the shade Light. By the way, I didn't tell you, pale light on this. There's 12 shades of this, and this was the closest that I could come. I feel like this, if I was using it as a standalone product, this would be too light for me, but then the next shade up, or the next two shades up, the tone wouldn't be right, and so that it doesn't matter though because I am going to use a foundation over it. So I'm going to use the Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation in the shade Light. Wait until you see how this looks over this in comparison to what I used in my NYX video that I did not too long ago. What was that, about, I think less than a week ago. I did a video using all NYX products, or as many NYX products as I owned or I had purchased. Okay, I am going to use a brush for this. Wait until you see how this looks over this tinted skin veil versus the pore filling primer that I used last time. Something about this combo, oh, it's so beautiful, and I hope you're going to be able to see it, because sometimes things don't translate on camera or look the same as they do in real life. I think I put a little bit too much on the brush this time, so we're just going to try to work fast and take that into some other areas. Just a tiny bit more. Having a little bit of, you know what it is, I'm trying to go fast because sometimes things will dry before you get a chance to blend them in. But then if you try to work fast, you end up making a big mess. Okay, so can you see like the glow? I mean, part of it is the lighting, but can you see the difference from when I applied this? And it's so much more glowier than when I used, yeah, that pore filling primer. Okay, now the question is, how is the concealer going to go over this area now that I have two layers here? So I'm going to use the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer, and I have the shade, oh, it's on the end, Light Ivory. And this has a sponge tip applicator. So I'm just pushing the product up here. Okay, so I'm gonna just sort of dab it on, but then I'm gonna use a makeup sponge to blend it in. I've already dampened this. Push a little more product up. Okay, now I could just continue. Ooh, look, see how that changed the lighting, just putting my hands up. Interesting. I could just continue on now with the other products that I would normally use for face, but I just can't not use any powder at all. I don't know, I just feel like the products are gonna slip and slide around, and I just really, because now when I feel my skin, it's a bit tacky. So you can't put products over a tacky base like that. It's just not going to work. So I see that I forgot to grab a powder, so let me do that. Okay, so I'm going to use the NYX HD Studio Finishing Powder, and I'm going to use my MAC. This is so old that I can't even read the writing on it, but it's this one. I don't use this that much because sometimes when you use it, the bristles fall out. But I like the shape and the size and the texture of the bristles for powder. So, okay, so I just took some out of the container, and now I'm gonna sort of tap it in the cover. I don't know if you can see all that kick up that's coming here. And then I'm going to sort of press it into the skin. You don't want to swirl your brush around because that's just not a good application method, because you could like push all those other layers around. To set it, you really want to just press it and just do this little patting motion. So this is a very light, airy type of powder that isn't going to be too heavy. Can you see that? This is why I don't like using this brush. But it does do a good job for setting powder or finishing powder. Alright, so next I'm going to contour my face with the NYX Wonder Stick, and this is in the shade Light Medium. I'm going to go back to my foundation brush and blend that upward and outward. Make sure you only go one direction, otherwise you're not going to get a clean line. It'll be like zigzagged. I did pick up another new product the other day that I'm going to show you too, which is why I'm still continuing on here. These have been out for a while. It's the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte Creamy Powder Blush. And I had looked at these a long time ago when they first came out and wasn't really wild about any of the shades, but I didn't see this one for some reason. This is called Rose and Play. And how pretty is that? So I'm just going to use this Real Techniques brush. I just want a hint of color today because I have on this bold red shirt, so I don't want bold red cheeks as well. And plus the eye look I'm going to do is going to be pretty intense, so I don't want my blush to be intense too. Okay, so I didn't know how pigmented this was going to be, so I'm just putting and adding a little bit at a time. Okay, that's fine. I just want a slight flush of color. All right, I'm gonna come back now. I'm gonna finish my makeup now and come back. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, if you want to. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys, thanks for watching.